Welcome to the BFME2, the Rise of the Witch King, for a 1v1 replay commentary in an epic El Clasico good against evil matchup between the Men of the West and Isengard. Just like in the films, we will see the Rohirrim warriors versus the Uruks of Isengard. The best creation of Saruman, the great white wizard. Double furnace opening for Isengard player. He's going to get a furnace number 3 upon the field, and I'm assuming to see a Uruk pit potentially. That's also an option. You can of course start with the clan steering to recruit the White Men of Dunland, but also you can start with the Warg pit to recruit the Warg packs. That's also a possibility. And the man player is going for 2 farms, 3 farms, and farms number 4. It's like a dwarven faction. It's greed. And he's going to open with an archer range too. So more like a defensive opening with the structure. And Isengard is opening with a Uruk pit. Uruk pit indeed. So we see multiple furnaces upon the field. And this builder is waiting for the resources to kick in. So he can also build whatever he wants to do. What is he gonna do? What is he gonna do? But what you got in your bag there, builder? Show us. And he's going for the Warg pit. Okay. So it's a great counter, of course. You can get the Warg pit to level 2. That will give the Isengard player the chance to recruit the Warg riders. And they are, of course, a great counter to the archer spam over here. Because of the greedy opening with like 4 farms outside, the plan is to get some archers upon the field to defend the resource buildings, which are built up. And the second building he's going to go for is going to be the stables. So I told you before, we will at the beginning get the chance to see the Knights of Gondor, but later on, he might also go for the Rohirrim warriors. The first unit upon the field are going to be the Uruks of Isengard. Faster. Okay, so the Uruks are marching forward, but of course without the support of the Wargs or Warg riders. And he's going for the Warg riders indeed, because he's upgrading the building to level 2. The Uruks shouldn't be able to do much, but they can try to creep, and that's the plan also from the Uruks. They're using the shield formation, and of course the Goblin warriors, Goblin creep in this game is super weak, so any unit can creep this actually. It's just gonna take you some time. But time is not a big problem for Eisen, because Isengard's economy in the mid to late game is unmatched, so there is not a single faction that can keep up with the economical power and advantages of this awesome faction of the Uruks. And the second unit from the pit are going to be the pikemen of Isengard. Okay, the creep has been taken, the Uruks at level 2. This will unlock immediately the level 2 passive ability, which is called Bloodlust, and will grant the Uruks additional 25% more damage, which is quite insane. And the Warg packs, Warg riders are recruited now, coming from the Warg pit level 2. And Uruk pit is only level 1. Later on, we might get the chance to see heroes like Wormtongue, Lurtz, Sharku, and of course also Saruman. And man faction can go, because he went for the stables, can go for heroes like Theoden, Eoma, potentially Eowyn, which should not be the greatest choice in this specific matchup. But these are the more... Oh, what a trample. These are more the cheapest and more affordable heroes from the man faction, and that's going to be the first great push. With the war chant, you can see the yellow glow animation, and he needs to use Rallying Call now for the defense, and let's see if he can get the chance to defend this. But the one trample messed up the whole strategy of the man faction player, big time. And one more farm is going to go down, and during all of this, Eisen's economy remaining untouched, which is going to be a big problem in the mid to late game. Trust me on that one. And there is a Warg rider chilling. He's gonna finally move. More pikemen gonna be sent through the middle, and only 2 production buildings, but 2 production buildings to rule them all. It's more than you need. He was finally able to defend this, and he also finally built up the barracks which he needs to counter the enemy Warg riders. Otherwise, you know, this is going to be deja vu over and over again, the same situation. Without defense, archers are very squishy. They are glass cannons. They will die to anything. So you need to build like a strong front line. So the strong front line can absorb the damage and prevent the enemy cavalry from engaging for a trample. And the wargs were able to destroy one more of the farms. That's pretty good. After the first couple of minutes into the game, 500 command points for men and 550 for Isengard. It's pretty evenish. The only difference is that the furnaces from Isengard didn't get destroyed. They will get eventually level 2 faster. Plus, he didn't need to reinvest the resources to build the destroyed resource buildings, if that makes sense for you. So, because he lost a lot of farms, he needs to now keep the builders busy to keep building more and more farms, and Isengard can do stuff that is not based on resource generation. Double pit technology. What is better than one Uruk pit? It's the 2 Uruk pits. But it is not over yet. You know, there is always a comeback potential in any game. However, this should not be allowed. That Isengard player should be able to do this. It's a big no-no. Always keep protecting your farms. He's creeping at the bottom side, kind of protecting this pathway, which is super, short. So it's easy to be protected. Maybe a tower later on to block the entire pathway could be a possibility. Build them, will get in safety from the pikemen, and the Isengard pikemen and crossbowmen should be able to defend this without any problems. The Rohan spearmen are not very strong. And the push is happening once more. The level 2 farm is going to be committed on. The War Chant is going to make those units hit way harder. And what a great trample once more. I mean, he's lucky that he's playing and fighting around the well, but still, you know, kind of greedy to try to defend this archer army with only 3 pikemen from the battalion, which didn't end well. This guy looks like Sharku, but it's a one lonely walk rider from the battalion, and man is kind of in a prison situation. 2.2k, 2.1k now, so he might go for a hero. Isengard's army is a bit more expensive compared to the Men of the West faction army, but because of that, Eisen also has many tools to grow himself rich. So talking about industry, for example, field of fires later on, devastation can be chosen. Plenty of tools and possibilities to grow rich. The furnace here is going to be destroyed for sure. And look at this once again. Archers doing the same mistake. And talking about devastation, you can see the trees are harvested now into the resources. That's going to give Isengard player a bunch of resources. He's up to 2.8k, and he already has lords up on the field. The next hero potential on the list is going to be Saruman, I'm assuming, because he's so rich he can do this easily. And lords is looking for some dwarfy opponents. Will he find any though? I doubt that. And we have some. That's pretty good. I like the Ethereum Rangers here. They are pretty powerful, as long as they have some strong front line, like mentioned many times. So at some point of the time, you need to eventually take up to the Gondor Tower Guards from the level 2 barracks. So they are more, they are tankier. They are overall much better in every aspect of the game. And I'm expecting very soon a wizard coming from the Fortress of Isengard. Okay, so the next building on the list is going to be the marketplace, just for the late game scaling situation. Lords creeping the work over here should be able to do this quite easily. It's gonna turn him immediately level 2 into level 2. There we go. Actually not. Missing tiny bit of experience. Level 2 would unlock the carnage, but it's totally fine, not a big deal. Lord should be able still to creep this. Lord's one of these heroes who is not super difficult to level up. And I'm still waiting for Saruman. And there comes the greatest wizard of Isengard. We must join with him, Gandalf. We must join with Sauron. Isengard army is approaching. Man is creeping and kind of holding himself. That's pretty good. PowerPoint wise, he chose Rebuild as the power number 2. Remember, he started the game with the Rallying Call, has collected on top of the Rebuild and Rallying Call 9 additional power points, and is up to 750 command points in total. Right clicking on the Grand Harvest, so it's gonna activate whenever it's available. And Isengard play went for the War Chant from the beginning, saved up 10 power points to rush the Devastation, and now sitting on 8 additional power points. It's a good catch over here. Plenty of knights have been taken down, and the pikemen have barely taken any damage. So Lurtz and Saruman, you know, side by side, super strong duo. One is hero killer, the other one is an army killer. And that's the reason why Isengard, even in Rise of the Witch King, has the least amount of heroes. Any other faction have more heroes. Talking about powerful heroes, I mean, we have Faramir. Go make Denethor proud. I mean, he's going to be dead every single time when Lord's gonna get level 4, which is going to happen eventually super quickly. And then he can cripple him every, you know, 1 minute and 20 seconds for 20 seconds. And 20 seconds is more than you need to take him down in a one-on-one. Even in a big army, Lords can just go mad, cripple, draw your sword, go into the melee range, use Carnage, and take him out. And Saruman is leading the armies of Isengard into a potential victory. And this is going to be the biggest fight. We have also Theoden for leadership, that's pretty good. Man faction versus Isengard faction. Who's going to win this? Let me know before the fight breaks out in the comment section down below. I mean, can Saruman be the difference maker? We have also Boromir upon the field, so we have actually 3 Rohan heroes against 2 Isengard heroes, but ooh, that's a bad trample actually. He took so much damage. And also he's targeting, oh, they have also fire arrows, these rangers. That's going to potentially change everything. But in the meantime, some counter pushes happening with Uruks and pikemen coming from the top, from the bottom. We have also Sharku as the hero number 3. Only Wormtongue is missing. No armor yet for Isengard, but he's disturbing his opponent. And because man is looking for the all-out fight, and Isengard can avoid this like he did, you know. He was beating the Rallying Call, disengaging, and doing all of that because the whole attention from the man player was to the main battle, which never happened actually, you know. And man has lost a lot of resources during this push. So we are talking 650 command points against 850 plus. Eisen has still 2.7k. Is cash floating big time, and because of that he should be able to get all the upgrades he needs from the armory. He could also go for the Warg Pit, I mean Uruk Pit level 2, eventually even level 3, and great move there to catch, but they are hard focusing him. Where is Faramir at when we need him? Oh my god, he's there. Faramir, look, Farah, I don't want to be that guy, but you legit had the chance to finish him off if you're running at all. We have some level 5 pikemen, I think, in there. Yeah, Sharku and his Warg Riders. More Warg packs and Warg Riders coming. Armory is level 1. And also he went for the Field of Fire, so he's going to be building up a lot of these Lumbermiers. And they are glowing, as you can see and tell. And this is because of the Field of Fires, which is going to boost the resource generation by 60% from these Lumbermiers. So, full economy, by the way. Besides Warchan, which you get from the beginning, all the other PowerPoint choices were just economical. And man player went for more like defensive choices. So, Rebuild is defensive, Lone Tower is defensive. Yes, it can be used also offensively, but it's more like a defensive choice. And we have also Eowyn. Eowyn, I think, is not a bad choice when it comes to spear throw. For example, Saruman over and over again. Overall, mounted heroes in this game are great when it comes to fight against cavalry. So she can be a great defender of the White City by chasing down the Warg Riders, which is like a secondary army from the Isengard player. The builder, not the builder. Lurtz, level 3, drawing the sword. Look, even the animals are scared, you know? They're afraid. They should be. How can you stop this? Maybe your own wizard could be grateful, could be great, but did he actually die or did he just get back to full HP? I mean, Erwin is not even fighting. She just got recruited and didn't move an inch. And Saruman is finally moving. So he went for the wizard tower, if I'm not mistaken, on the fortress. Or he's gonna go for the wizard tower eventually. And you want to get this thing to level 3, so that's going to give you the possibility for the heavy armor. So the Vorks should not be able to do much. Erwin, level 1. The main army is based on the rangers with fire arrows, so they are pretty scary. Even against heroes, you have seen how much damage they can deal. And we have the Siege Vorks, level 2. So the Siege will eventually begin. Siege is always a great counter against the artist spam. But in this specific case, the Rangers do have fire arrows. So they will even get the chance to burst down the Ballista. However, the Ballista, of course, outranges the Rangers big time. So when you have the Ballista behind the army, you can hit the enemy army because while they cannot hit your Ballista. And Isengard is approaching. But my lord, there is no such force. And Saruman is leading, and like in the films, it's got fireball on your face. Warning arrow is also going to slow, and you can see they are bursting Saruman down in a second. Boromir got levels, but Lurtz is in there. Lurtz is fighting. Lurtz doesn't care. Now he cares. Tom Bombadillo is going to be the choice for the main faction player. Can he get the job done? Not the greatest Sonic song of all time, but it might get the job done still. Lurtz, level 4, 1 level missing for the leadership. Theoden is going to get in safety barely. I don't know where Boromir is, but he's pushing from the top side. He actually is trying to push, but there is a tower protecting, plenty of pikemen, and the Knights of Gondor will be going down. Plenty of Vorks are approaching and trying to find a way to destroy this marketplace, but it seems to be super tanky for no reason. It's gonna go down eventually, but it took hella time. Boromir is level 2. He was using recently the Horn of Gondor. It's not available yet. And this heroes over here, oh my god, just like in the films, Eowyn and Faramir. Haha. Oh, finally showed his quality. Finished him off with the warning arrow, just to impress his, wife. That's the whole reason why he did this. The game is kind of open now. Tom Bombadil, Lone Tower, Rebuild, and Rallying Call. Plus 7 power points collected on top of that is up to 9. What is this ranger doing over here? Is up to 935 command points in total. His opponent is up to 1000. That's the max. You cannot get higher than that. And has 11 power points collected on top of the field, the fires, and the devastation. I think has been used for the second time already. 3.1 thousand resources. Heavy armor purchased. Forge blades purchased. And the next push, you will see yourself, is going to have plenty of Uruks. And potentially also pikemen with heavy armor. That's gonna change their look a lot, and they will look much stronger. We have plenty of rangers now. Okay, you can see the golden armor. And level the banner. And Lurtz has returned too, you heard them. This is no rabble of mindless orcs. Forge blades too.
They will not be rid of me so easily.
And also, Saruman is back from the graveyard. Let's go. He's going to potentially finally get to see the victory. Oh, dude, it looks amazing. The forge blades on this pikeman. Look how they look like. Eowyn is riding to Isengard. Faramir, maybe move. Okay, I want to see now. Of course, the heavy armor is going to make you tanky, but it's not going to make you immortal. And Lords is missing out leadership. But the Warg Riders against Rohirrim, they will always win thanks to the heavy armor plus the Forge Blades. The main problem for the Isengard player are going to be these Rangers behind. If he finds a way to burst them down, look the damage now against Tower if they ever get the chance to hit it. The warning arrow is gonna garrison this tower over here. It's gonna shoot, it's gonna deal hella damage. And Saruman is kinda not moving. Isengard army is at the bottom. They will commit. He's desperately charging into the army of pikemen, and it looks like it's working out. Oh boy. Moments before disaster. It's absolutely fiesta. My wargs are hungry, as you would like to see. Lord's also getting back because he got damaged a lot. And, the heroes cannot really do a lot in this situation because the second they got seen by the main faction player, he's targeting them immediately. So it's gonna be difficult for Saruman to get into a range of being a threat. So he needs to be very close, melee range basically, before he can use the blast. So of course he can use the fireball from a safe distance, but that's literally all he can do. But Isengard is dominating. 9.3k. 9,300. Isengard, boys. This is the power of Isengard. Rangers are trying to defend, but can they do this? I mean, defense all alone is not gonna win you the game because Isengard has just collected 26 power points, and 25 of them will be invested into the Great Dragon Summon. Now all your defense is going to be meaningless once the dragon has been summoned upon your face. Actually, the rangers are dealing so much damage to him, that's kind of crazy. I think he summoned even more rangers. Yeah, that's from the summon. Some of them. They are called the Great Company. No, it's called Summon Dunedain Allies. So basically they are the same unit now. And Saruman is just being the observer, like in the films. And they are getting the chance to kill the damn... Oh, how? Too many rangers, so you get even slow time and you want to charge into them. And the wargs will go down as well. So it turns out that if you have too many archers, there is no counter to this at all. The long shot is going to be used. And Man is kind of holding himself. But he went for another 15 power points, so he's still far away from getting to the near of his own Army of the Dead or Earthquake. Potentially, that's not going to happen in this game at all. And Isengard has already collected 8 power points. So now he needs to use the money wisely. Look, Lords. Look, Lords, boys. Oh my god, all the rangers disappeared because they were from the summon. And he even used Rallying Call on them. Sharku level 3. I mean, 16,000 resources. What is this? You can legit recruit Sauron. And he only costs 10,000 and you would still have over 5,000 left if you would do this. All you gotta do is find the one rank. Look, the resources are going up. Even though he's reinvesting and potentially upgrading everything and everyone. So 200, 253. So over 450 resources need to be invested to upgrade a Warg Rider to full. But because he has so many lumber mills, it doesn't matter. the income is greater than the amount you can spend. He even went for the lightning strike if he wants to from the fortress. There comes the weapon of Dunland summon. It's gonna be the first offensive summon beside the dragon, of course. And Aragorn is coming. Can King Elisar turn this game around? I don't think so. Maybe an army of Aragorns can do this. And the gate is opening for another great hero. And it's gonna be Faramir. Open the gate for the captain. The day may come when the courage of men fails, when we forsake our friends and break all bonds of fellowship. But it is not this day. This day we fight.
Let us move forward.
By all that you hold dear in this good earth, I bid you stand or quit. Faramir is gonna go down to one pikeman. Oof, one trample. The stun door only for a short duration. Did he choose Cloud Break? No, he doesn't have power points for this. He legit has only heroes and few rangers. He just used heal too. Faramir is in the meantime dying to the pikeman. Pikeman just randomly and casually killing. Pikeman is the strongest hero in the game. I'm being honest with you. The pikemen in this game are legit broken. The amount of stuff. Ooh. Oh my god, she was soloing. Go. Finish her. Finish him. She was trying to 1v1 the wizard, and if he didn't run like a coward, she would have killed him. Should have killed him. 400 command points, 717 resources versus 1,000 command points, 23,000 resources. This is, donate some of your resources to your opponent, man. The ballista, the siege has begun. And they have like crazy speed too. Look how fast they are recharging this. You see this? Look, kaboom. Aragorn is coming here. Don't touch my fortress. 2 hits is all you need. And the siege is gonna stop. I think he used also the build to heal up the fortress almost back to full HP. And another great hero is appearing. And his name is Fred Firestone. Builder. Yabba-dabba-doo. Now, how many hits Boromir will need? Also will need 2 hits, actually. And we can make a lot of cinematic moves, because the only possible way of Isengard losing this matchup at this point of the time is when the player is going to lose the internet connection. Or maybe this guy gonna get level 10 or something. Who knows? Aragorn is no joke though. For Gondor indeed, man. The White City has fallen. Doo-doo-doo. Isengard wins. Okay, Cloud Break, maybe that's gonna... yeah, rebuild is on cooldown. It's only 1 HP left. Oh my god, the fireball dealt 0 damage to the fortress. It's gonna go down, and that's going to be the destruction of the mankind in Middle-earth, and Isengard is victorious. GG, well played. I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you did, leave a like to this video, subscribe to not miss future uploads on this channel. I will see you next time. Until then, take care of yourself, keep hitting like a truck, and as always, stay beyond standards. Peace out, boys.